If you are using the library databases from home, the PCC library databases, there are various times where it may ask you to log in. We use Open Athens. So if you ever get this screen right here, sign in with Open Athens, do not choose that. Choose Find Your Institution, start typing in Pima Community College. It will show up, and then when you click on that, it will take you to the My Pima login, and you will log in with your username and password. Many times, if you're using a computer from home, once you do that initial login, it may not ask you to ever log in again, but it may at various times ask you to log in, so remember that part of it. Now, let's look at the databases and find those two articles. Now, if you are starting from My Pima, the library tab is in the very center because we're the most important. So if you click on that library tab, it takes you to the library. You can also start from student resources. So from student resources, you would click on the library and it would take you again to the library. Either way you get to the library, you will get the 6 menu items: MegaSearch, Books and More, Articles and Databases, Encyclopedias, Research Guides, and Library Tutorials. There's also this live chat. So if you ever have an issue, you can always open up a chat and talk to a librarian 24/7. So always remember that if you get lost while you're searching the library databases. That live chat, remember that. So if I'm looking for an article, say, about the gender gap in computer science, what I can do is I can go to MegaSearch and I can put those search terms in. I put in the search terms women and computer science and gender gap. So notice I put "and" between everything. I didn't phrase it. And then I click search. And since this is MegaSearch, this is our discovery tool. It's searching across platforms. It's searching multiple databases at the same time. And you'll notice it originally gives me a lot of academic journals. These are studies. So here's Anatomy of an Enduring Gender Gap, the Evolution of Women's Participation in Computer Science. Now, if I wanted an academic journal, a scholarly article, a study such as this, I would click on the blue link. It would take me to the record. Here's the record. I could read this abstract right here, find out if I really want to look at this study. And then if I want the study, I can email it to myself. Over on the right side, there's this email. So I can click email, and it gives me the email box. I throw my email in here. Make sure it's correct. So I'm cbecker@pima.edu. Make sure it's giving me something. So this is full text and PDF. I'm going to use the APA citation because computer science is a social science. And I'm going to click send, and it's going to send me a full text of that article. Now, the other way I can get the article for myself, because I'm going to be submitting it to D2L, I'm going to be uploading it to D2L, is I can go over to the left side and notice here's the PDF. I can click on the PDF. It will open up that PDF. And then I can download this PDF, the actual article. I can download it. And then once it's saved to my computer, I can upload it to D2L. Now, for this assignment, you don't need something that's scholarly. So I'm going to go back to the results list. And once I'm back at this results list, okay, for my search, women in computer science and the gender gap, I'm going to notice that on the left side, I can sort. One of the things I can do is the date. Like we probably want something fairly new. So in here, I'm going to type 2020, and it's going to sort for that. Another thing I can do is I can click for a different format. So I really want to look for a magazine article. So I'm going to click on magazines, and it's going to sort for magazines. And so now I'm looking at magazine articles on the same issue. Okay, so here's an approach to detecting the gender gap in computer science. Here's another one, women's pay by the numbers. Though the pay gap has improved, women still need to earn less. So these are, here's I scrolled through some of the articles and I noticed this one, Dynamics of Gender Bias in Computing. I thought that was an interesting one. So I click on that. I come to the record. Again, there's a PDF that I can go to, but I'm going to email it to myself. I will get the email when I email it to myself. So I throw my email in here. And I make sure I am in APA and I click send. And it emails to me. Make sure your email address is correct when you do that. So notice how there's subject terms here. So when I'm in MegaSearch, there's subject terms. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click Women in Computer Science. That's going to give me the keyword subject. Notice we're now under subject DE, Women in Computer Science. I'm going to click on Advanced Search. And then I'm going to put in gender gap. Now you ask, why am I doing this? I'm doing this because this will be a more relevant search if I search as a keyword under a subject. So I click search. I scroll down because I'm primarily looking for magazines. I click magazines. And then I notice these magazines about the topic. And I like this Tech Wonder Woman, so I can email that to myself. But the big thing here to remember, I scroll back up to the page, is this using a subject and then keywords within the subject. That can really make your search more relevant. So that was a quick and dirty way of finding a magazine using MegaSearch, which is our discovery tool, covers a lot of our databases. There's actually a way to get to individual databases, but I'm going to leave that for another video. Normally for what you're doing in your assignment, MegaSearch will work just fine. Just remember you can limit on that left side to magazines or academic journals or whatever you need. You can change the date. There's a lot of different limiters there. And remember, if you find a subject, you can always do a keyword within the subject. Okay. Thank you so much. I'll talk to you later. Bye.